Okay, the narcissist comes in your life because you either are in sin, idolization, you have been in the sinful nature, you have been in sexual fornication, or you fornicated in a way, masturbated, or okay. I'm just gonna be honest. I backslid months ago, and so this is the thing. I did not have sex, but what I want to say is this: I did something that allowed the enemy to come into my life. Literally, he had every right to, and the enemy was the narcissist. I had to figure it out. It was him. I had to figure out it was a narcissist. Because, baby, let me tell you, it's hard for me to see people as they are because what I tend to do, because I've had a narcissistic mother, I see people as I see myself. And I switch the mirror over, okay? Because I'm very empathetic and all that, okay? I'm learning that everybody's not like me. Amen. Everybody can't do what I do. Everybody can't see like I see. Everybody don't love God like me, and I'm seeing that. I was seeing myself through someone else, but they were never me. But I was able to give them what I had because of the humility that God has bestowed me with. Amen. And so this is what the recurring theme have been when I have engaged with a narcissist. It's always because they remind me of myself in some way, or we're in the same position, or some type of face that they show you. But they always show you their real face, and you got to believe it. That's the real them. Okay, so this is the thing. When you are involved with a narcissist, there's a reason why they're there. They have jurisdiction to be there, aka a demon. Okay, let's stop playing games. Stop playing with me. And I'm not going to let nobody gaslight me on here. The narcissist is in your life. The Jezebel spirit, the Leviathan spirit is in your life because you are in sin. You are in sin, or you are learning. You need to learn something, or you have given them permission to be there because you have okayed it, or somehow, somewhere you have given the enemy leverage over you, and you need to figure out how and where, why. Okay, and I'm not gonna go too much into my things right now, but I want to tell you because the narcissist in my life, or the Jezebel spirit in my life, it never reached out to me. I would always reach out to it because I didn't understand what was going on. But now, in the context that I know, because a lot of them do push and pull method, right? That's the implication of the enemy. We think, oh well, that's how people are, and that's these games. That's the enemy. Stop putting it in the person and put it on the spirit. The push and pull spirit is the spirit of manipulation. The spirit, the Jezebel spirit. That's what that somebody push and pull and push and pull, and they call you one day, then go and call you the next day, or call you 2 and 3 days later, and then make you feel like that's how you're supposed to communicate. Communication is every day, but you only know that if once you have a relationship with the Father, you know what communication actually is. You know that you talk to somebody every day. And why would God want you to talk to Him every day? Well, you are or this. You only talk to God when you want to, so this person only reach out to you when they want to, or however. But you have to understand communication is every day. Abba has taught me what love is. He actually saved my life. I was with the narcissist on and off for 10 years. Now, Abba has allowed me to see the narcissist, the same spirit, just in a different body, within a month. Okay, a lot of people never catch it. What took me 10 years to dispel out of my life, I now recognize in about a month, right? And I understood. I understood it in about 2 weeks. I understood when I first seen the red flags, but I didn't understand. I was trying to figure out my position and my place of how to help this person or individual. Sometimes it's just not for you to help. Sometimes it's for you to leave and leave this person alone. I'm going based off what happened to me and what I've seen. I also realized that when people treat you with disdain, like the people up in this school at West LA College, and I'm not afraid to say it because a lot of the staff here and a lot of the people that work here really want to come for me, but they think I'm stupid. They think I don't know, and they be wondering how I be knowing stuff. But I'm not saying every single person that works here. I'm not saying every single student that works here. But there's some people that work here. There's some students here. Y'all think I don't know, but I absolutely know. I absolutely know. Amen. Why you do the things you do, why you try to come against me, and why you sit up there in groups and, try to talk about me behind my back. But this is what I'm telling y'all. I'm letting y'all know that the enemy is using these people. right? To make you feel inferior. And I know it's like, oh, well, people say mean things. No, the enemy. Stop focusing on flesh. We war not against flesh and blood, the enemy, but spirits in high places and principalities. And we need to focus on the enemy in things. I see him as an individual now. I do not see the enemy as, oh, well, maybe. No, when I see the bullshit, okay, that's you. And that's what Abba has allowed me to see. Oh, it's not, oh, well, they did. And no, you're being influenced. You clearly are not right in your mind. Something is really wrong. And I'm not going to no longer be like, oh, well, you were just having a bad day or something. No, you treat people how you are internally. There's no way I'm about to go out there and cuss somebody out or whatever. I don't do that. I don't do that. I am who I am 24/7. I'll be nice to you. I'm nice to everybody. If you feel some type of way about it, we can talk about it. It shouldn't end up in cussing and or violence. The implication of violence, cursing, disregarding, name calling, all that stuff, that's the enemy. You don't need to speak to me that way. You don't need to talk to me that way. People are out of their mind and their conscience because they don't have Abba seated and rooted in their Adula Ambungata, okay? In their amygdala, in their cerebellum. Their human anatomy doesn't equal God, even though God made the human anatomy. God made it, but he don't sit in nothing a part of it. He's not invited into the boardroom discussions of your blood cells, and he is not invited into how many times you breathe. You don't speak his name. You don't care about him. You don't care the fact that he allowed you to blink and your ears to twitch or your heart to beat. That means something to me. A lot of people don't give a damn about God. They don't give a fuck about him. I do. I care about how I breathe every day and how Abba has allowed me to blink and walk with my 2 legs and arms. I thank him for these things. He knows it, and I thank him for the way my heart beats and the fact that he gives me health and he owns a cattle on 1,000 hills. I thank him for the wind and the trees. I pray to him for giving me oxygen to live, for letting me lease his body, for him to he gave me a lease and agreement for this body is not mine, it's his. Right? That's in the Bible. You can look it up. Lease. We are on loan. This is not your life. You don't own nothing. And that's the problem. You think you can bend yourself over and get your cheek clapped all night and be sucking all type of stuff and sleeping with people's husbands and lying and stealing and smoking that weed, but you are on loan. That is not your body. You don't own nothing. You don't own anything. Nothing is yours. Nothing. So give grace to God because you have something that is not yours. That's grace. And see, this is what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to continue to patty cake you people. I don't know you. You're not my friend. But I know the Father. And nobody can tell me anything about myself except him. So why do you care about everybody else's opinion about you? Because you people please. You people please to pay your rent. You people please every day to pay your rent. And you going to talk about me? I don't think so. That's not the way it goes. And see, that is the implication here. The implication here is you people please to pay your rent. And I pay none. I live in my car, but my bills are paid by the Most High God. See, that's the difference between me and you. And the other thing you don't know is everybody that's your friend ain't really your friend, because love is a lifetime. Love is eternity, and the only place you can find it is in the Father. So if that person is not seated and rooted and reading their word and actually walking out in the fruit of the Spirit, then they don't know the Father. If they don't know love, they don't know the Father. And all this thing with dating, and another thing about dating. I'm going to make that another video. Okay, just come back. I'm going to make another one. Okay, bye.